Hi, air signs. My name is Michelle Kelly. Welcome to This Is Your Sign. This is your November 2021 love and relationship messages for all the Aquarius, Libra, and Geminis out there. So welcome. If you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, hit that notification bell and the subscribe button and you'll be notified when I put out a video, which is every Saturday. If there are 4 Saturdays in a month, I put out a video every Saturday. If there's 5 in the month, I take the 4th Saturday off. Just so you know, I meditated and pulled your cards out before I got started. So the first card is time to go. The next one is out to sea. Third card is clean it up, and an extra card came out, time for a nap. So this is saying this relationship that you're getting out of, that you're gotten out of, it wasn't deep enough for you. It wasn't fulfilling your needs, and it was time for you to move on. And if you were not able to move on your own, it will be done for you. It was done for you. The next one is to the sea, and it's upside down. So a lot of times to the sea is like going with the flow. This is saying you need to go with the flow, but how do you go with the flow? Like, honestly, you don't go with the flow until you are forced for your flow to go different. You were going in the opposite direction, and that's what this card is saying. You weren't going with the flow. This relationship had to force you to turn your ship around and start going in the right direction, which is towards the divine, which is towards yourself, which is towards happiness and love for yourself and others. So the next card is clean it up. And this is all about getting your life back in order, addressing situations that maybe you weren't able to address before, but now you're starting to take a look at things that you need to look at, and you're you're freaking exhausted. This is not easy stuff, I'm telling you. But this is leading you back to yourself, your divine self. And this soul karmic relationship was here to push you forward, even if you don't believe it. So it says, time to clear the air. Take a look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff so that the spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours. To clean up the relationship, everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered, and your relationship will flourish. So you guys, you were taking on things that didn't belong to you, and it is exhausting. It makes you so tired. It's heavy. I think you were willing to take on things that weren't yours because you knew where you came from wasn't so great. But a lot of times when you're able to admit and acknowledge things, it's also like you're an open target. You're like Velcro, and anything that throws themselves to you is gonna stick. So you are now sorting through what is yours, what is it. You're allowed to be pissed off about this, by the way. You're allowed to be mad for as long as you need to be mad for. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you got out of this sooner, if you left it earlier, would it have hurt you less? No. It would hurt just as much for as long. You couldn't have missed it. You couldn't have skipped it, and you couldn't have taken a shortcut. There are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. You were doing the best you could with the tools that you had at the time. I would have done the exact same thing that you did too, just so you know. And the divine is letting you know that. So when it says time for a nap, you guys You're goers, you're doers, you're beers, and this is not easy for you. But it says relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given. So, the reason why it says you will be met with kindness and love, because that's what you guys are, and that's what you offer. And if you were not met with that in this relationship, you weren't meant to be in it. We all need and do better with kindness and love. Nobody is going to do well without it. You can't. It's a setup for failure. So whether you realize this or not, you needed to be in this relationship, in this marriage, in this union to be and become yourself and move to the next level. It says wedding rings, okay? This is a marriage, union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. So you guys were married, are married, we're supposed to get married, but there are wedding rings here. So you made this everlasting promise with this person to this person, or we're about to. And it says paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. But then it says the runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. So you guys were married. What you experienced was love and is love and was real. So you cannot discount that. And the divine is not asking you not to discount that. But it's saying this person is a runner in a codependency relationship. They have a fear of intimacy, and they were listening to their ego. And what does listening to your ego mean? So your ego is operating out of your head. And a lot of times when you have to operate out of your head, either person, it's because you're protecting your heart, because you were taught it wasn't safe to operate out of there. And maybe this person showed you a glimpse or a glimmer of that. You got to see some of that, but as soon as you saw it, they had to shut that shit down because it wasn't safe. And it wasn't because you're not safe. It's they weren't ready. They're not ready. So feeling like you're an unsafe person or you're not safe, and to stay with somebody who doesn't feel safe, who doesn't think you're a safe person, they don't feel safe. It has nothing to do with you. They don't feel safe because they don't feel safe. So if you were open and open-hearted and let this person see your heart, and then you realize they weren't available, you needed to shut that down to protect yourself. So just so you know, I would have did the same thing that you did. I would have become the same way you had to become in order to survive, in order to live that. But a lot of times when somebody's a runner, they're not ready to be seen, and you saw them, just so you know. So you guys, I'm telling you, and I told you this before, all the air signs, you are psychic. You can see things, and because you can see things, you think other people see them too, but they don't. And when they're not ready to see it, you are gonna get rejected. It's gonna feel like a personal rejection against you. It is not. They are not ready to see what you can see. And it's easier to point the finger and blame you and tell you that your picture is wrong or that's not true. So they're going to make you doubt and second guess yourself. And one of the reasons why this person was here to make you doubt and second guess yourself, actually they were here to push you forward so you could start to learn how to trust and believe in yourself. They were here to help you heal, to start believing and trusting yourself and your intuition again. What it feels like is it hurts like hell and it feels like you're going crazy, by the way. You are not. Crazy people never question if they're crazy. They would flip out. So if you're questioning, am I crazy? Chances are you are not. Crazy people will never question if they're crazy. But if you call them crazy, they will flip the fuck out because they feel it and they believe it. So the next one is past life relationship. You have known each other before. And it says, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. You have angels all around you who are here to help and support you. I hope you're able to trust and believe that. And it says, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. You are safe to love. You are safe to express your love. This relationship had to happen. You couldn't avoid it and you couldn't have prevented it. This relationship was here to push you forward on a soul level, air signs. What it felt like was a constant state of rejection, a constant fear of being crazy and not feeling like you're enough. You guys had an agreement. You had a sacred contract with this person before you were here that you were going to do this, by the way. The other person doesn't know it. When you mention this stuff to people who don't know this, you take the risk of looking crazy. So you can know this information, you can believe it, and you don't have to give it to this person anymore. You can give it to the people that when they hear it, they know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, and I know you know what I'm talking about. Another way to get deeper with this, the one book that has helped me tremendously with this process is Sacred Contracts by Carolyn Myss. It's CAROLYNMYSS, Sacred Contracts. If you want to dive deeper into people at a soul level, that book, and it's on audio, it has helped me so much. But when other people aren't ready for this information, they are going to deny it, they are going to reject it, and they're going to reject you. Just so you know, it is not personal. They're just hearing it for the first time. And that's what you're going to do when you hear or have heard this information for the first time. You're going to deny it, you're going to reject it, and you're going to say that Michelle doesn't know what she's talking about. And maybe when you hear it a second time, you're like, maybe I heard this before. And it could be years down the road from now, just so you know. So it says about letting your friends help you. Your soul tribe is here to help you, and they are looking for you too, just so you know. But it says express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So you can express your love to whoever you want, whenever you want. You are safe. You guys are full of love. You have love to give. When a person denies you or rejects you, they are not rejecting you as a person. They are rejecting love. They're just not ready yet. You don't have to stay there and force them to receive the gift they're not ready for. The gift of grace is being able to hear where they're at and letting them be there. So thank you so much to all the air signs for watching. And this is your sign signing off for the month of November. Sending you lots of love.